Welcome to the Tennant Institute. This is Dr. Jerry. You may recall that between 1990 and 1995, I went from being robust and in good health to fading away until I was basically non-functioning because I had lost my voltage from minus 25 millivolts, which is normal, to minus 5 millivolts, which is barely enough to keep anything going. I'd like to discuss with you the subject of scalar energy. There are three basic types of energy in the universe: implosion, explosion, and scalar. An imploding energy starts large, spins clockwise, is biphasic, is dampened, and results in a concentration of energy in the form of a black hole. An example is a tornado. An exploding energy starts as a concentration of energy, spins counterclockwise, is biphasic, and ends in an explosion. The physicist Hermann believes that space is filled with cuboctahedrons, which is the only geometry in perfect equilibrium in all vectors possible. The polarities come together to produce perfect equilibrium at its center. Hermann believes this is the geometry of the so-called vacuum of the universe, that the universe is actually not a vacuum but is filled with these cuboctahedrons, which are stationary energy. The 64 tetrahedron structure is fractal from infinity big to infinity small. It grows in perfect octaves. So what is scalar energy? Well, it has had many names through the centuries, as you can see here. So throughout the centuries, people recognized its effects, could not see it, but realized that something was going on and gave it a variety of different names. So my theory of how scalar energy forms is that in the universe, often it is lightning striking the Earth, reflecting back upwards and bouncing back and forth between the Earth and the ionosphere. Cloudy ground lightning bolts are a common phenomenon. About 100 strikes the Earth's surface every single second. Yet their power is extraordinary. Each bolt can contain up to 1 billion volts of electricity. As the lightning bolts strike each other, the energies implode into a stable cuboctahedron, or scalar energy, that it actually fills the universe. Because it is stable energy, it is actually invisible. Mayel has shown that scalar energy implodes into the DNA, communicates with other cells by way of scalar, reads the genetic code, and transfers it to new cells. And again, DNA powered by scalar is the essence of life itself. Now, sound is scalar and scalar is sound. There are two definitions of sound. Number one is the frequencies that the human ear can hear, or number two, the frequencies that are created when emotion is stopped or retarded, the definition of scalar energy. The conflict is that it is said that sound is scalar, but also that scalar has no frequency. I believe this is incorrect, as the entire universe is filled with various frequencies and is scalar. So what about scalar energy in a device? I was able to put two different methods of creating scalar energy into a device that can be used to direct scalar into the body, and it's called the Biotransducer Pro. Scalar energy can also be created by a tuning fork. As it vibrates, it creates not only sound, but scalar energy. There are a variety of things that we use scalar energy for. For example, our memories and our emotions are stored in the body, but the difference is that the frequency of our memories is something that's in tune with the body, where the frequencies of stressful emotions are out of tune with the body. Because they are frequencies, they can be tuned with scalar energy. So by applying either a tuning fork or the biotransducer to the frequencies that are the emotion, it tunes that frequency into one that's compatible with the body, and thus what you've done is tuned an emotion into being just a memory. There are multiple batteries in the body. Our most important one is our muscles. Our muscles are stacked one on top of each other to form a battery pack for every organ. Now, it's well known in battery technology that if you drain a rechargeable battery to zero, it flips its polarity upside down, as you see in the upper left graphic. If you take a battery that's reversed its polarity and put it into a battery charger, it will not take a charge. And so it is in the body. So any organ that is severely compromised will have flipped the polarity in its muscle battery pack. Well, we can use scalar energy to flip the polarity back to normal. If we put the biotransducer on top of the head or put it between the legs and shine it up the spine, it will correct the polarity of all the various circuits. We can then tune them or charge them back up with the electromagnetic energy of a biomodulator. So this is a very brief overview of scalar, but it gives you an introduction to help you understand why we place so much emphasis on the use of scalar energy and then recharge the body with electromagnetic energy.